Political polarization in America has reached alarming levels, with the public increasingly divided along partisan lines. This division affects every aspect of society, from the way people interact to how policies are shaped. The roots of this polarization are complex, involving a variety of social, technological, and historical factors. Here are the top 10 causes of political polarization in America. 1. Social media and echo chambers. Social media platforms have revolutionized communication, but they've also contributed to political polarization. Algorithms often prioritize content that reinforces existing beliefs, creating echo chambers where individuals are exposed only to viewpoints similar to their own. This limited exposure to differing opinions further deepens divisions. 2. Partisan media. The rise of partisan news outlets, both on television and online, has created a divide in how Americans receive their information. Networks like Fox News and MSNBC cater to different political ideologies, often presenting news with a slant that aligns with their audience's beliefs. This selective framing of information has amplified political divisions. 3. Gerrymandering. Gerrymandering, the practice of drawing political boundaries to favor a particular party, has contributed to political polarization by creating safe districts where politicians face little competition. This leads to more extreme candidates being elected, as they cater to their party's base rather than the broader electorate, reducing the incentive for compromise. 4. Political identity and tribalism. In recent decades, political affiliation has become a key aspect of individual identity. Many Americans now identify with the political party much like they would with a sports team, leading to tribalism. This strong in-group loyalty often results in an us versus them mentality, where compromise and cooperation are seen as betrayals. 5. Cultural divides. Cultural issues such as abortion, gun control, and LGBTQ+ rights have become deeply entrenched in the political discourse. These debates are often moral in nature, and the intensity of belief surrounding them has made it difficult for people to find common ground. This has further polarized political opinions, particularly between urban and rural areas. 6. Economic inequality. Rising economic inequality has contributed to political polarization by exacerbating class divides. As the gap between the wealthy and the rest of the population widens, economic insecurity and frustration have fueled populist movements on both the left and the right. This has made it harder for Americans to reach a consensus on economic policies and priorities. 7. The two-party system. America's entrenched two-party system is a significant contributor to political polarization. The dominance of the Democratic and Republican parties leaves little room for third parties or independent candidates, forcing individuals to choose sides and solidifying ideological divisions. This winner-takes-all system incentivizes extremism over moderation. 8. Political campaigns and fundraising. The increasing influence of money in politics has also played a role in polarization. Candidates are often beholden to large donors and special interest groups, which push them to adopt more extreme positions. The need for campaign funding encourages politicians to cater to their party's base rather than appealing to a broad swath of voters, deepening ideological divides. 9. Decline of civil discourse. The decline in civil discourse and respectful debate has made it harder for people to engage with differing political opinions. As political debates become more hostile, many Americans retreat into their ideological silos, where they are less likely to be exposed to opposing viewpoints. This breakdown of dialogue has contributed to the rise of political polarization. 10. Historical factors and divisive events. Events such as the Vietnam War, the Civil Rights Movement, and the election of the first African American president have shaped the political landscape in ways that continue to fuel division. These events often bring underlying cultural and racial tensions to the surface, further solidifying partisan divides. Political polarization in America is a complex and multifaceted issue. From the influence of social media and partisan media to deep-rooted cultural divides and economic inequality, there are many factors at play. Addressing these challenges will require a concerted effort to promote civil discourse, reduce the influence of money in politics, and foster greater understanding across the political spectrum.